And I think we are good. Yeah. Had a bit of a weird issue with OBS this morning. It just wasn't connecting. I don't know why. Tried a few things and then opened it in admin, running it as admin, and then it crashed and asked if I wanted to run in safe mode, so I said yes. And then it connected to the stream. So then I redid another stream. Then I closed it, opened it normally, and now it's connecting. So I have no idea what happened. But there it is. Anyway, we are here now. We are live, finally. What a mess. I wonder what happened to OBS, but I assume it's something to do with my internet ISP changes, maybe. Although locally with OBS that shouldn't have made any difference, so your guess is as good as mine. But yeah, last night I also noticed that my internet seems to have been fixed, which is good. Hopefully that is now stable and will never change. But basically my internet before, I was getting gigabit downstream, but my upstream was varying wildly and sometimes went down to below 100, even though that should be gigabit as well. But now it seems like the up and downstream are exactly the same, which is what I would expect, so hopefully we're all good. So after all that kind of messing about technical troubleshooting, I'm probably going to have to take a little bit of time getting into gaming, but there it is. Anyway, everything seems to be working now. Nice. Except my skills, which is still absent, but that's okay. Is that too early? Oh, we're good. We are good. Anyway, glad it's working. OBS, when it doesn't connect to the server, doesn't really help you at all. This has failed to connect. Doesn't say why. Doesn't say at what point it failed. But there we are. No, don't press circle. Alright. Don't press circle. You don't have circle yet. Really got to remember that, you know? I think that's the only thing that's killing me on the first Genichiro, is just just completely forgetting that I don't have Makiri Counter yet. Which seems ridiculous, but there it is. Got to parry everything. Can't press circle, doesn't do anything. Notice. And the sun is out this morning, which means it's starting to creep into my eyes. Love seeing it, but not when it does that to me. Anyway, yeah, now with the proper internet speeds, certainly when it comes to upstream, I'm going to be interested to see if it makes a difference to the Twitch stream quality, but it shouldn't do, because I would have always had enough upstream anyway to cover the streaming, but you never know. And I believe the random choppiness that I would occasionally see on the VODs aren't to do with me or the game or OBS or anything at my end. It's just Twitch deciding things based on whatever, however they decide things. But, you know, if I have gigabit upstream, which I do now, then and it never fluctuates, then I can more confidently say I can't do anything at my end. This is as good as it gets from my end. The rest is up to Twitch, you know. And I'm not sure when the change happened, it's just that I noticed it last night. Can't remember what alerted me to it. I think somehow I noticed my IP had changed, and then I thought, oh, I'll just check. Do a speed test. And finally, we get basically exactly the same down and up, 930-ish. Which is what I would have expected. So that's good stuff. Shouldn't have to worry about the internet anymore. And true to their word, as tech support said, it is before the end of February, so that's good. Thank you, old man. Okay. Ogre time. Yeah, yesterday I had a bit of a negative stream again. I was starting to devolve. Well, I did devolve into a bad mood. So that may have rubbed off on the stream, but I think it mainly happened after the stream, honestly. It's not like the first time where I just really did devolve on the stream. Saved a copy of that for my records. Too many attacks. Hi. I think my biggest problem with Ogre is I don't really enjoy the fight, so it's like I want it to go as quickly as possible, but then if you get impatient you attack too much and then you can easily get hit. So it's just one of those annoying fights I guess I just gotta get through. patiently. Hello? Why did I not get a death blow? Who knows? Game said no. Did he see me? He can't have seen me, right? Better. We are awfully close to that guy. I don't want him to come. Come over here. And he just jumps straight back over there. Classic. Come over here. Yeah, just gotta be patient with him. That's the trick. Incidentally, I cut my fingernails yesterday and claw grip is feeling a lot easier today. It's just that index finger because of the angle of it when it's on the circle button. It's like half nail, half flesh. So with shorter nails, feels a little bit more secure. Got him. Really want that one. Sure. Okay. Really? Okay, I thought that was well timed, honestly. What do I know? tending to think generally you need to be a bit early on parries, just slightly early. Yeah, the fast attack. I was kind of hoping for a stagger. How close were we? 2 hits off. Okay. Gotta be careful if you greed for staggers. Alright. That works. Second try, not too bad. I think I'm getting towards the stage now with this where pretty soon it'll be just focusing on what gets me hit. You know, and just doing like the boss save states for that until it feels more consistent, and then trying full runs again. Yeah, regardless of whether it makes any difference to the streaming, which it shouldn't do, but it might. It feels good to finally have a stable upstream on my internet, so I'm glad that's sorted. Well, let's see. Let's see if it lasts. Should do. I don't even know where I get the heavy coin purse, honestly. I don't notice picking it up or anything. Where does that come from? Oh, it's I think it's in that house, isn't it? The house that you sneak into. I think, is it heavy coin purse and the amiibo balloons that you get from there, I think. Okay. Let's see if we can stay patient enough and careful enough to do bull first try. That would be nice. Oops. Not quite what I had in mind. Yeah, good enough. I'll take that. Pretty clean. Hey, why aren't they saying anything? I haven't turned voice off, have I? Nope. I guess they just decided they didn't want to say anything. I guess I can just cancel her, right? And then... Yeah. Oh. Does this work? No, then I go then I disappear. Okay. Hi. You can't see me because I've got sugar on. Let's just see what happens. I assume I just die. Maybe I get away with it. I think I get away with it. Oof. Maybe just don't use sugar there. Stop it. Don't you start hugging them walls. We've lost the Gatchins already. Interesting to see if that changes anything here. I guess it did, but we're okay. I think confetti might have a slight bearing on this fight, because I think you can get his health below half, which probably means his posture comes back slower or something. But... my mind just went back to like the first time you fight Junichiro. I'm like, oh, I can't use circle, I have to parry, and then I was like, no, I don't, I can parry, and then I also thought of jumping. Probably one of the most annoying things about Junichiro, you fight him without Mikiri counter, and then you fight him with Mikiri counter, and it's sometimes if you're not preparing yourself mentally, you'll forget in that split second. Dude, come on now. Why is it sometimes you're just lacking that speed getting that parry in? Like, it's because you're thinking, oh, what might he do next, instead of like, just reacting to whatever he does next. You're trying to plan ahead when you can't. I can just keep attacking there, can't I? Nah. He turned around, but I was ready for it. Again. I guess I'm going too tight a circle. Wrong button, dude. Wrong button, dude. Wrong button. Okay. Actually surprised I survived that. That was a nasty double backstep. I just got so used to pummeling him. I didn't want to stop, and I needed to. Okay, so you can only get away with it if you just keep attacking. If you strafe and then attack, it messes you up. That's good to know. But yeah, the first time he did that, I just kept attacking, and then it worked. I wonder if that can ever fail. It's that, like, off the weird timing of his backstep. If he does it, I can't, like, get around him in time. That's twice. Yeah, that still definitely needs tidying up. It's that backstep into arrows can still, like, mess me up. Because the distance can be variable, he can step back like twice sometimes, it feels like. And because of those things, then it changes the timing of me dodging into him and then around him. There's a lot going on. There's a lot that can go wrong in that second. Like, sometimes he takes a while to do it as well. Like, sometimes he does it really quick. I don't know. Oh, are you kidding me, dude? I don't know, man. It's not feeling... I'm slightly concerned because I'm starting to... It's nothing to do with my ability, it's my mentality. It's like I'm getting concerned about my motivation, my enjoyment. It's like I don't care enough to really put in the practice. I'm worried that I'm just gonna not put in the practice now, which would feel like a shame because I was learning this run pretty well. But I guess, you know, if I stop enjoying it, what can I do? I think it's also because I'd rather be doing something else, you know. It's not like I really want to be here playing computer games. I want to be working with people to make the world a better place, you know. I want to be productive, I want to be meaningfully, creatively productive with other people. And the problem with that is there's not enough opportunity for it, right? I mean, where can I just go out, like, and start doing that, you know? It's like when you look for jobs, all you see is fucking, like, shitty, meaningless fucking jobs left, right and centre, and to even try them, you probably have to have some fucking bullshit qualification, or you have to have done it for 5 years previously before you even get considered for the job. And it's just like, look, I'm probably not going to enjoy this job, and you're making it really hard for me to even try to see if I can contribute meaningfully to society in that way. I guess the big problem is most jobs, if not all, do not contribute meaningfully to society. They're just for the fucking money, you know? So not only do we lack opportunities for someone like me to go out and engage with the world and make it a better place with like-minded people doing whatever it is I'm interested in doing at that point in time. Instead of opportunities like that, you have meaningless opportunities, i.e. jobs to help companies make money in some way, generally. Which means it's corrupt in the first place and full of inefficiencies because of that, etc., etc., etc. Not only that, they're the only opportunities available, and then they're not really available either. Because you need to tick all these boxes first before you can even try it. You know what I mean? Is it just me, or is that just fucking insane? You know? Because to me, that's just fucking insane. I'm sorry, but... Well, I'm not sorry. It's obviously insane to me. I just... And I haven't heard anything from anyone to suggest, actually, that's a good way of doing things, you know? You need to change your thinking. Like, okay, well, maybe I do, but, you know, I've never heard anyone say anything to make me think that. People tend to just grudgingly agree with my assessment of human society and say, yeah, it's shit, isn't it? And then just don't do anything about it. So it's like I'm left with, well, what as an option? I'm left with trying to figure out a way to do it by myself. What? Fix human society by myself? Well, no, I need at least, you know, probably the majority of other human beings to be with me, because otherwise I'm just going to be surrounded by people that don't make sense and careers that don't make sense, all in the name of money and not like anything meaningful. So I don't really want to be here doing this every morning. I want to be doing something else every morning. But it's like, where's the opportunity for that? I don't see one. I haven't come across one yet, and I've tried a lot of things, And all of that in the background makes this shit harder to enjoy, Especially when it's not really in the background. It often comes it often comes to the forefront of my mind and my thinking, and then it's taking up space which could otherwise be used for, well, anything else, like focusing on this game, for example, or doing any other task. Doesn't matter what it is. The fact is that realization of the human society that I've been born into and have no control over having been born into, the fact that that sucks is like, oh, okay, well then that needs solving. We can make it better. And then you realize, well, to make it better, we've got to get other people on board as well. We've got to get other people caring about it. It's like, well, if you don't care about it, what the fuck do you care about? You know what I mean? Like, seriously. What the fuck else do you care about other than making the world a better place? Like, what the fuck else are you living for? You know what I mean? Like, really? What the fuck are you doing with your life? Huh? Just making money to consume? Maybe meet someone, have kids so that they can do the same thing? Like, where's the fucking meaning in that? You know what I mean? All the while justifying whatever job you have because, well, at least you're making a living, at least you can provide for your family. Well, yeah, but what good is that if you're basically contributing to a society that doesn't make sense, that just, consumes resources for no good fucking reason, and then creating new humans to do the same thing after you die? Like, where's the context? Where's the meaningful context? You know what I mean? What's the fucking point? Like, what's the point, man? Like, put your life into perspective and tell me why that's a good thing. Give me a fucking reason to, like, engage with that, and I will. I just don't think anyone can. Unless you can describe to me how it's meaningful. Like, how it's a meaningful, noble pursuit, I mean, you might say, oh, well, possibly my kids will help change the world in the future. So you're just, shifting responsibility from yourself onto the next generation. What if they do the same thing? And what if their kids do the same thing? Isn't that the situation we're in? I don't see or hear from and I'm not aware of any human beings like really doing the right thing, which is really challenging the whole status quo and pointing out the obvious flaws in it and doing that until it's resolved, like problem solving. What the fuck else are we doing? I don't know, dude. It's like you can, and I have met what most people would describe as perfectly nice people, right? a couple or a family or whatever it is. And then you're like, well, what do you do? What's your purpose? And it's like, okay, well, I work in insurance. So you play with money and profit from betting on other people's misfortune. Okay, how is that good? But that isn't factored into the fucking calculation, because all they factor in is, well, I can provide for my family, you know? And I can be a nice person while I do that, and I can be even generous, you know? But it's not. You can only say it's good in any way, shape or form in that specific narrow-minded context, without looking at the big picture of what the overall activity of that human being and that family is, what it's contributing towards, what the knock-on effects for society are, you know. All the actual meaningful calculations. And as you can see, I'm just like not focusing on the game at all. It's just that's the sort of shit I think about all the time, and that's what can easily detract from your attention on whatever you're doing, and rightfully so, because that is the most important issue that we need to address. But it's like I'm the only fucking person in the world thinking about it. That's how it feels. Everyone else is just, you know, even worse than just going about their business and working for money and consuming and trying to have a comfortable life without putting it in any sort of context. Like, even worse than that, they can be going about that while admitting that, oh yeah, there's a lot to be sorted out in society, you know, it's shit that everything's about money, isn't it? Yeah, and they'll agree with that, but then they'll wake up the next day and make everything about money. You know? They create that fucking reality like we all do. That's why we're all fucking responsible for it. It's because we're all making that the reality by conducting our lives that way. But, you know, we're so used to shirking responsibility and just be like, well, it's not our fault, it's the government's fault. You know, which is ridiculous, because it's like, well, they're only in power because of you fucker. Not even if you voted for them, it's because you just every day through your normal activities, you're giving them that power and responsibility. And if enough individuals do that, which is what we have, then that's just the way it is. But it's not just the way it is, that's the way we are making it every day. And it's everyone's fucking responsibility to do something about it. Every single person. It's not just mine. And I guess that's what pisses me off. It's like, well, why am I the only person that apparently thinks about this shit? Enough to actually really need to do something about it, and I can't just play the fucking money consuming game like everyone else seems fine doing. And how you live with yourself while doing that, I don't fucking know, honestly, because I can't live with myself doing that. So obviously I can't fucking understand it, you know? If I can't live with myself playing that stupid money game like everyone else is doing, obviously it's going to be hard for me to understand how other people can do that, right? While saying, oh, that's just the way it is. Doesn't it suck? Yeah, it's only that way because you're fucking making it that way, mate. Don't you fucking realise that? You know what I mean? It's only that way because you're making it that way. And they're like, well, what can I do? I'm just one human being. Yeah, well, everyone's just one fucking human being. If everyone keeps doing that, it's going to be the way it is, right? You can't just say that and then just get on with your fucking life, playing with money all the time, consuming all the time. And what? How do you live with yourself? You know? Fucking hell, dude. That's no sort of reasonable logic at all. And no wonder I can't be arsed with life, you know? Like it's me versus the fucking world, and the world just doesn't care enough. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Because in my life, whenever I have presented these fucking ideas to people, not only will they have to agree with me, I suppose, maybe begrudgingly, because it's like, well, I'd rather this guy isn't right, but he is. But because I'd rather he isn't right, and because it's uncomfortable for me to think about, I'll conveniently, willfully remain ignorant of it and just go about my fucking days, you know? Well, fuck you then. But that's basically everyone. Because I've never met someone that's actually like, oh god, you feel the same as me, let's fucking do something. That would be fucking great, but you know. Show me where those fucking people are, please. Where's that organisation that I can join where I know that, you know, we're all in the right place, we're all trying to make the world a better place, let's fucking do it. Where are those people? I haven't fucking found it, dude. Everyone's just fucking playing with money left, right and centre and consuming left, right and centre and apparently being happy about it. Like, well, fuck you then. You know, you're part of the problem. I'm sorry, but you're part of the problem. And if you're not gonna recognise that, then what can I fucking do? No one seems to want to hear the plain and obvious fucking truth. They'd rather hang on to their meaningless fucking life and try to make it somewhat meaningful by being willfully ignorant of the fact that it's not. And it's actually just keeping all of the issues in society going. Well, fuck you for shirking your responsibilities, you know? What else can I say? I don't know what else to say. Oh, it's... I guess a lot of people would just say, yeah, it sucks, that's the way it is, right? But what can you do? And then they'll just keep making it that way for the rest of their life. Well, there's one thing you can do, is just stop doing that and do something else. Stand up for what you fucking believe in. And if that really is money and just the power to consume and looking after yourself and your family, then fuck you. To be honest. Because you're not thinking about the big picture. You're not thinking about all the EVs and fucking gadgets, phones, laptops, whatever it is that you buy. You're not thinking that there's someone suffering on the other end of that because that's how capitalism works. Well, no, because they're halfway around the world, and you can easily just imagine that they don't exist and that those gadgets and vehicles and all the rest of the things you're consuming are just, you know, fairly produced. Out of sight, out of mind, right? Well, fuck you for that as well, to be honest. So anyway, that might help explain why I'm struggling with this game. Like, I'm struggling to care about it enough to get better at it, and instead of getting better at it, I just devolve because I'm not thinking about what I'm fucking doing. I'm thinking about the state of the world and how to fucking improve it. And how I'm fucking alone in that venture, it seems, surrounded by loads of other people that are causing the issue in the first place while being willfully ignorant of the fact that they are fucking responsible and causing the issue in the first place. So what do I do? I've got to say, look, you're part of the problem, and then they'll say, well, fuck you, I'm with the 99% of other people that are willfully ignorant, so what is your stupid one-person little voice? Like, you know, why should I give a shit about what you think? So, well, fair enough, you can think that way, but you know deep down in your soul, if you still have one, that your life is meaningless, and if you don't want to do anything about it, then, well, that's your choice. But, you know, when you actually finally get to your deathbed, if you get there, maybe you'll be lucky enough to just die instantly and not know what's happened to you, but maybe you'll finally reflect on the fact that, you know, like apparently most people do on their deathbed, they should have worked less and concentrated on what actually means stuff more. And that's only the case, surely, because their work is meaningless. And they only finally recognise and admit that when they're fucking dying. I mean, how tragic is that, dude? You know? The helplessness of it all. No wonder I felt so bad over the last few years. It's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do about all of this shit? And why the fuck is it just me on my own wanting to do something about it? At least to the extent where I will actually confront the reality of people's lives. Because you can say, well, there are lots of people trying to make the world a better place. Yeah, well, if they're dealing with money at all, they're probably not doing it right. And they might even be making it worse by appearing to be trying to make it better, so that everyone thinks, at least there are those people trying to make the world a better place, you know? Well, where would we be without them? And then they can just keep, you know, playing with money and consuming and not thinking. And so it's like charities, you know? If charities were effectual, if charities were effective, if they did actually make a difference, they would have fucking made a difference by now, don't you think? Like, so it makes me sick, all these people going, well, at least I donate to charity every month. Yeah, well, it's like, do you actually think about what that does? Or if it does anything actually good? Or are you just assuming it does good things, and you're basically paying for a bit of peace of mind for yourself, like thinking, oh, at least I'm a good person, I give to charity. So all you're doing is spending money, which again doesn't exist, so that you can say, I'm a good person. So you're buying, like, a feeling that you're doing something good. It's like, oh my god, dude. That's just ridiculous. You know, and if you don't believe me, there are plenty of evidence out there to suggest, you know, just think about how charities work. Have you ever looked at trying to join a charity? Like, what are the jobs available? If you look, they're mostly fundraisers, okay? So what you end up with is some organisation of fundraisers, and then when it expands, it's just more fundraisers. So it's like, okay, and they tend to be the paid positions, by the way. So your money, you're buying a product which is feel good about yourself, while helping other fundraisers be recruited as the charity grows. You know what I mean? Charities don't need fundraisers. There should be zero fundraisers. It's just people doing the right thing, you know? People actually doing some whatever the task is that actually makes a difference, and not fundraising under the premise that that organisation's going to do that thing. So we'll fucking do it then. Stop hiring fundraisers. You know what I mean? I mean, what can I fucking say? So yeah, it's easy for my mentality to slip away from focusing on a meaningless game and focusing instead on inescapably bringing my mentality back to the state of the world and the apparent hopelessness I face, because it's apparently only me that really wants to do something about it, at least in my experience. Because I've never met anyone else saying, hey, you're the sort of person we want, you know, a problem solver who doesn't think about money as an end game, who actually wants to make a difference in the world. We can start problem solving from a high level, etc., etc. Let's go. No. There is no opportunity like that currently, and now I'm faced with the only option left being trying to create it somehow. But when I try to create it, obviously lots of people will agree with me while laughing at me, and then the next day they'll just do their own thing and keep contributing to the issue. So it's like, I don't know, dude. I guess I'm just gonna keep fucking repeating myself. So I guess there's not much point. Hope you all have a great fucking weekend. Enjoy yourselves. You know? Don't think about the state of the world or anything. You know, don't spoil your weekend with any fucking reality, please. You know, don't do that. Don't listen to me. Just keep living in willful ignorance. And have a lovely fucking weekend.